We're live on the platforms we're live on, soon to be live on the platforms we're not yet live on. That is the music by Justin Ridgway, the Atlanta-based guitarist. If you haven't heard of him yet, you soon will. Especially because he's going to be joining us on tonight's show to provide some commentary, as well as another special guest. Let me start off by saying that tonight's show is going to be a little different. Not going to be as news focused. Not going to be talking about the ceasefire potentially crumbling. Very surprised about that. Being sarcastic, obviously. Not going to talk about the alarmism over Doge, which will continue for the next 4 years or however long Doge is in existence. Nor are we going to be talking about Samantha Powers and the USAID tonight, because I've been talking about them for years. I am glad that there are some new voices that have finally come to the party when it comes to talking about Samantha Powers and the UAD. However, many of us weren't afraid to call attention to the subject of her and the agency she led back when it got us branded conspiracy theorist, which ironically, her husband wrote a paper, as I've mentioned, about cognitively infiltrating and subverting conspiracy theory groups when he was Obama's chief propagandist. So setting those subjects aside for the day, what we're going to do instead is we're going to be giving some thoughts. We're going to be giving some awards away that we just came up with a few minutes ago for the Super Bowl ads. After giving our thoughts on the Super Bowl a little bit, but we're just going to play some ads, have a little bit of fun, see what you guys have to say in the chats, and go a little bit of a lighter tone this evening. So before we do bring our guest on, I do want to say that Wednesday we're going to be having a special guest on, Charlie Robinson of the Macro Aggressions podcast. I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with. They're going to be on the show 8:30 Wednesday evening, so join us for that. It's going to be a good time. And also want to read a quick comment from Kyle on X earlier this evening. Very, very kind comment. Says, "You are a rare blend of funny, ahead of the times, and not a black-pilled bummer." And that is kind of the spirit that we try to capture here at the Propaganda Report. So I appreciate the kind words. And that's the kind of kind words that warms my heart, that helps me continue to stay motivated. So that's one way to help the show. You can say things that are nice like that. You can leave a 5-star review on Apple that can help the show up higher in the search results. You can share it with friends. You can help the show financially as well by going to tinyurl.com/propshow, where you can make a one-time donation or a recurring donation of your choice. $1, 50 cents, $5, whatever. Those are all ways to help the show. Also, patreon.com/propaganda report if you are a pod audio listener, and it will be delivered straight into your private RSS feed, ad-free. I take out all of the ads for Patreons. And if you are not down with any of those and you're a pod listener, you can just let the ads play through, because we don't get anything if the ads are skipped, and that is another way to help us. So thank you, everyone who has supported us, said kind words, and just you guys are so motivating. Participating in the chats and everything, it makes it worthwhile. So thank you guys for that. Let's dive into the show today. Let's bring on our two guests today. First of all, Justin, you've been on this. It's just been a while since you've been on, but you've been on the show a few times before. That was your music that I was playing at the beginning. You're a musician, a guitarist. Welcome. How are you doing this evening?
I am. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome so much, Justin. You're welcome. Justin and I, fellow actor, we used to audition for a lot of the same roles because we both have big eyes, and people often think we're brothers when we're out in the same room together. And our second guest, which I'm very honored to have today, very, very honored, especially after his appearance at the Super Bowl, Mr. President.
Brad, it's good to see you again. Very good to see you. You know, Justin, there were some smooth tunes.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I just got done signing about 80 more executive orders for the day, so figured I'd take a break.
Yes. Well, so what kind of executive orders did you sign today?
Well, Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be coming out this year, Brad.
So you signed an executive order promising that we will get Grand Theft Auto 6 this year. Fantastic. I've been looking forward to that for like 10 years almost.
Decades.
Can you make sure it's not $100, Mr. President?
Well, the people at Rockstar Games were telling me that they may be doing it where you get the base model and the online game separately from each other, but equal for $70.
Fan, you know so much about culture and so much about gaming. It's always very impressive, Mr. President. What's up to everybody in the chat? Steve, Forest Mommy, Stoner. Yes, I am senior journalism, Forest Mommy. Definitely senior journalism for sure. And not on
senior.
tonight.
She's your senior journalist.
Yeah. Well, yes, she's a senior journalist. I'm a senior journalism, and we're all journalisming all over the place together this evening. And quick thoughts on. I'll give my thoughts on Super Bowl, and then you guys give your quick thoughts, and then we'll go into some of the ads. I didn't really care who won. I don't like either one of those teams. I was glad the broadcast didn't focus on Taylor Swift. And with all due respect, Mr. President, I was glad it didn't focus on you a lot. I think had you not been there, it might have focused a little bit more on Taylor, but I'm glad that you were there to take that attention away so that it could stay on the very boring and bad game. I went to the grocery store during the second quarter of the game, and there was less people at the grocery store at that time than there is on Christmas Eve, so that says a little bit about our nationwide priorities. I mean, I was running around naked shopping. Nobody cared because nobody was there, Mr. President. Just all through the frozen food section.
That's a dangerous game to play, Brad.
I played it well last night. And Lady Gaga looked like Marilyn Manson during her whatever that was. I know they were playing tribute to.
Have we seen Marilyn Manson and Lady Gaga in the same room at the same time?
I don't remember doing it. I don't remember seeing them in the same room. So I've never seen Lady Gaga, Marilyn Manson, or Paul from the Wonder Years in the same room.
Oh, yeah, that's a deep cut there.
That's a deep cut for sure, Mr. President. I'm not sure what Tom Brady looked like, but his cheekbones were showing. That's all I know.
Very tight. Tom Brady can cut glass with those cheekbones. Those are America's cheekbones.
They are. Did you see him throw the pass, Mr. President, from one balcony in New Orleans to the other, to Gronk?
Oh, yeah.
You saw that. Were you impressed by it?
Oh, he's an impressive specimen.
You think so? In what way?
Tom Brady is our Captain America.
Is that right? So you like his backside?
We send he's America's ass. We secretly send him overseas in a spangly outfit too.
Really?
He doesn't have a shield, but he's got an American football that he beams at people and explodes their heads.
Explodes their heads right off. That's fantastic. I had no idea. Do you guys have any thoughts on the halftime show? Justin, you're the musician. We can start with you.
Oh, yeah. That was the best halftime show I've ever seen in my entire life.
All right, as a white person, I'm sure you could relate to it.
Yeah. I related to every single thing. The singing was phenomenal.
Right. Yeah.
The dancing. The
tennis player Serena Williams came out to dance. Apparently she used to date Drake. That was some sort of troll I was not aware of at the time. Serena's almost Stacey Abrams' height. She's like just under like 6'7" or something like that.
She probably could have suited up.
Are you going to be playing any clips from the halftime show, Brad?
I don't have any teed up. I didn't really. From what I understand, reading social media today, it was very culturally. It was not. It was very much a white take to have the take such as mine, which is I didn't understand a word of it. And I didn't know what was going on, but apparently that's because I just don't get his music. So I wouldn't even know what to clip from that show.
You just don't understand art, Brad. That's the problem, dude.
Samuel J.
What do you think about it, Mr. President? What did you think about that show?
I mean, art is in the eye of the beholder, Justin. I like the American flag part.
Where
they were all dressed up like the American flag. Yeah.
I really like that part.
Yeah.
Were you dancing? Could you do the?
I did the same dance when I heard Justin's intro to your song.
You did the same dance, the YMCA dance. That's very impressive.
Boom.
You're very good at, especially when the YMCA is playing. You're very good at knowing your timing on that at the inauguration. I don't know if we've spoken since then. But you did a fantastic job with the performance of. You've been doing a lot of performative stuff. Is the new? Remember how you did the chopper talk in your first administration where you took questions outside the helicopter.
Yeah, and then that led to the whole situation with me and my friend Michael Bay.
Explain.
I am the president that would be in a Michael Bay movie.
Maybe you will be. Is that something that happened recently? Did you get Michael Bay to cut some sort of ad? Is that what's going on here?
Michael Bay did the ad for the Secret Service. We're showing that the Secret Service is capable again, and we want young Americans to come.
I tell you what, it's nothing but if it's theatrical, it's entertaining. There's no doubt about that. Definitely, people need to pay attention to what's going on locally because you might be distracting them while the communists take over their state. But nevertheless, it is entertaining.
Well, that's why we need a good Secret Service again, to help fight the deep state, Brad.
Right. But what about at the local level?
Well, the local level has a deep state too,
The local deep state.
You've got your local deep states,
Of course.
You go to places like where you're from, Gwinnett County, and gangs are roving the streets.
You know where I'm from, Mr. President.
I know where you're all from.
You know where everybody in the country is from.
I have top secret
Where's
access
Justin
and clearance. Let me take a guess here. Let me look through my files.
You think about that. Dee's laughs in the chat. It says the token black has entered the chat. What did you think of the halftime show? We were just talking about how maybe because we're white, we can't really we.
My record show, Justin, spent a lot of time in Barnesville.
Very interesting.
Whoa, Mr. President.
You have that file.
How do you know that?
I've got files on all of you.
All right. Well, let's go through some of these Super Bowl ads. I gave some initial awards for ads. You guys can give your opinions on what you think. I'm going to start with the most out-of-touch ad.
Hey, what do you think the difference between an award and a reward is?
A reward. Maybe you should make an executive order. We must clarify the difference in an award and a reward. Because an award is a reward. But a reward might not be an award. It's like one of those SAT questions. You know what I mean?
You don't put an award out for a bounty.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I guess.
$15,000 reward for.
Oh, you
for
mean
a bounty.
You don't put an award out for a bounty? You put a reward out.
Right. You don't put an award out for.
You don't get a plaque for killing a bounty. You just get money.
Yeah, sometimes you could.
Yeah.
You depending on who you kill, I've got a Abdad Majgami plaque in my office.
Your what?
That one guy I killed a long time ago.
Oh, the guy.
Baghdad Don Johnny or whatever.
He has like 3 of them.
Baghdad Don Johnson.
Dee's laugh says he wasn't a fan. He didn't like it, so he's not a fan of Kendrick. Was dry to me. I didn't. I like. I'm a typical white guy. I'm gonna you bring out some classic rock, then I'm gonna say it's a good halftime show.
What happened to the? It started with the U2 and everything, where it was like, U2 doesn't really match football. What's it doing there?
I think your audio dropped there a bit, Mr. President.
I said it happened with U2. U2
Right.
doesn't really go along with football. Why is it there? And then why isn't football rock and roll?
That's true.
We don't need love songs in football.
Chat's messing up. Okay.
Remember Aerosmith and DMC, Run DMC?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was badass.
That was the perfect mix right there.
There you go.
Half and half.
Like the black and white cookie, right there.
Oh, those cookies are delicious.
First ad, which I'm going to reward an award of the most out of touch ad, which is the Meta Ray-Bans ad. I'll tell you why I think it's out of touch. In the chats, we were trying to figure out if this was too loud, so you guys let us know if this audio on the commercial is too loud so I can bump it down.
Hey Meta, what is this artwork?
Comedian by Mauricio Catalan, worth $6.2 million.
What?
They're showing that banana that's taped to the wall artwork, and you have who this is a Thor, and who else, Mr. President, of these actors? The Chris's.
I didn't see the first one. Hemsworth's the one going down on the banana there.
Hemsworth's going down on the banana.
That's
That's
Chris
Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter's wife.
Chris Pratt.
Pratt. Yeah.
That's a $6.2 million banana. Are you kidding? We need to find you another banana.
Good. They're wearing Meta Ray-Ban glasses. So you take it back. They're kind of seeing things through the Meta Ray-Ban glasses.
What? That's a $6.2 million banana. Are you kidding? We need to find you another banana. Bananas.
Gentlemen,
I think that's
What a place you have.
who eats art?
Think you're supposed to say, hey, Meta.
Like, hey,
Kardashian
Meta,
mom?
who eats art? And then Meta would say,
Chris Pratt.
Hey, Meta, call my lawyer.
Chris Hemsworth is trading his superhero cape for Super Bowl stardom in a star-studded commercial.
I don't know why that's saying that. So
What did I just watch?
that was a
And
Meta
what was the
Ray-Ban.
voiceover at the end?
I think that was wherever I pulled this clip from. I was trying to just find the Super Bowl ads in one thing, but
Oh, okay,
somebody's
gotcha.
commentary on them, I guess.
Gotcha. I was like, what the
He
hell?
trades in his Super Bowl, super.
It's, yeah,
Hero
right. It's very
cape for his
theatrical.
Super
I didn't write
Bowl
anything
stardom.
like that for this, so maybe we should listen to him.
That's not your writers.
No, not my writers, unfortunately. So here's the problem with this ad: is the Super Bowl was in New Orleans, and on January 1st, somebody attacked New Orleans and killed a bunch of people, and we're told that that attacker was wearing Meta Ray-Bans during the attack, and that before the attack, they documented the area, like they were doing intel gathering for the attack, and it kind of seems like maybe they were going to try and live stream, maybe the battery ran out or something, but that was part of that story, the Meta Ray-Bans that the attacker was wearing. And then you have a Super Bowl in the same city. There was 2 commercials for Meta Ray-Bans. It's like out of touch, but if you have enough money, who gives a shit? Am I wrong in thinking that's
Maybe they put in for the ad before all the horrible stuff happened.
right? But shouldn't you say, you know what? That was made by the news as a major part of the story for some reason. Maybe we give you a refund, Meta. But you know what they could have done? They could have just done an ad showing the attacker's footage that he got. They could have just used that footage. Would that be inappropriate, Mr. President?
I mean, I think that might be a little inappropriate.
And then they could have some voiceover. He didn't say, so maybe he's trying to use it during the attack, and he didn't say Meta Ray-Ban. Then you have the Chris's come in, they're like, he should have said Meta Ray-Ban. They really just wanted to show a use case because it seems like it's going to be used more for terror attacks than it is for looking at bananas stuck to a wall for $7 million. It's just, I don't know.
So you're saying that Meta's trying to clear their name?
I guess it just seems like a little, seems a little dark. Yeah, you're right. It seems like a little bit a dark. Attackers using Meta glasses in Tesla cars, exactly. Even for false flag sponsored by the same.
What is it? What is it that they say about media rollover?
I don't know. What is it?
You know, how many people do you think actually remember any of that now because of how much media has already rolled over?
Well, because of what you do with the fire hose, you unleash all kinds of media. I remember though.
That is true, Brad. You've got the memory of an elephant, a big, strong, gray Republican elephant.
Elephants have good memories. All right, so
You've never heard that?
no, I'm not.
It's an old wives' tale.
Not that
Elephants
I
have great
remember
memory.
anyway.
I mean, Justin knows what I'm talking about.
It's true.
Yeah, that's
Justin?
tale as old as time.
What are
A
y'all?
tale as old as time.
Did you guys,
Song as old as rock.
did you guys like that commercial? Did you?
No, I hated it on the fact that it was terrible.
Right, that's a good justification. Justification. Who would you have?
I
a
mean, look
favorite
at these.
actor?
Look at this idiot, dude. Look at him.
Yeah, look at Thor, dude. Thor's
I mean,
really come along.
he-
Thor's deep throat.
He looks like an idiot right there, and look at her.
She's like that's like. What, so
Durr.
that is Kim Kardashian's mom reading Kanye's tweets the past week, right there. Which, if you read those,
They all look like dipshits. I don't know.
do you
With
have a
the
favorite
black
actor,
rimmed
Mr.
glasses.
Oh yeah, it's very 1960s. You know, Del Close used to wear glasses like that.
You know so much about random things. Mr. Del Close is a famous improv teacher for those who didn't he help start Second City, something like that?
Yeah, and then he got fired from Second City multiple times.
Did a lot of heroin.
Why?
Drug use. He was
Yeah,
a drug
drug use.
addict, lunatic,
Mr.
madman,
President.
genius.
So this is Arnold Schwarzenegger's son-in-law here.
Yeah.
He walks in with his daughter. He's wearing these Meta Ray-Ban glasses. What does Arnold Schwarzenegger say to him?
Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, I've been trying to think about what Arnold Schwarzenegger and I would sound like if I was doing an Arnold Schwarzenegger
let's hear
impersonation. You know, so you know, he'd probably look at him and say, "Hey, Chris, what are you doing with those glasses?" You know, something along
right.
those lines.
It sounded kind of like a Jewish guy. What are you doing with those glasses?
Oy vey.
All right, Mr. President. So this is for me.
You know,
the next-
don't Google any of his maids.
Oh, it's a boy.
Well, yeah, it might be on Pornhub if you Google some of his mates. This next ad, a lot of people might disagree with this, but I'm going to go ahead and give this as the best ad of the Super Bowl for selfish reasons, because when I commented on their ad, they replied. The company did to my tweet on it, and this is the Tubi, which streamed the Super Bowl for free. There's a number of places you could watch it. Even if weird, and this is what I tweeted. If this ad was both weird and perfect for Tubi, and I think you'll see why right here. Here we go.
Oh, it's a boy. And it looks like he's gonna like Westerns. But
It's showing a baby inside the womb with a cowboy hat head.
what if Westerns aren't hot when he grows up?
So the imagery here for those just listening is this: instead of a regular skull, this
Oh
kid
my god.
growing up.
That's
has-
really disgusting.
Yeah.
That's
This is the
disgusting.
worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That kid's
Oh my
gonna get made
God.
He's gonna get made fun of.
Oh my
That kid is
Jesus
hideous.
Christ.
That's the ugliest
Get
child I've ever
this
seen.
shit off the screen right now. I never in my life have ever. I'm
We're trying to
so
get
sick
we're
of
trying
this
to get a deal
shit.
with Tubi here, guys. You guys are
No,
bashing this
fuck
commercial.
that, dude. Look at this shit.
I mean, do
Look at it.
you think you could make a better commercial, Justin?
I don't care about this. This is horrific.
You really should have talked to him
Mr.
about your
President.
plan, Brad. You really should have talked to him about your plan.
No. This enough is enough.
I want
Brad
to hear
has-
the honest reaction, though.
Brad has big plans,
I'm
big
all
deals.
about the truth, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you're all about the deal too. You're gonna have to do a lot of damage control, Brad.
I'm not
He-
like I will. I'll take the.
I mean,
hit.
that child is hideous. I will say
Well,
that.
you have to say you haven't even seen. This is just.
He's a
hilarious.
this is a
He's a
monster.
monster.
This is a mon.
Let me
This is
explain.
horrific.
He's an abomination.
Let me. Let me explain to the.
What are you
audio
gonna do
listening
about this,
audience.
Mr. President?
Hold
What
on,
are you
let me-
gonna do about
Let
this?
me tell people who are just listening what we're talking about. Is this is a kid. We're gonna watch this kid grow up, and the kid has a cowboy hat on his head, except it's not a cowboy hat on top of his head. A cowboy hat is part of his head, so it's like his skull, and it's a skin cowboy hat that's part of his body. And the commercial is talking about the zeitgeist. You know, when certain things are in and out of favor, and has actually a relevant message. And it is weird, but it is Tubi. It's very Tubi of Tubi, which Tubi replied to me, said, "You get it." So that seems to be what they were going for. And I'll let the ad continue because you will see more interesting skull-shaped heads here.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Rewind this. Let me get this straight. So you did you X'd a review of this commercial
Yep.
to them. And
No,
they
I
were-
didn't. I didn't exit to him. I just tweeted it, and they have these social media. These companies have people who work social media accounts, and so they have them reply to certain things. And this is must have been one of the things on the radar, because I have a feeling that when they were doing their branding thing, they were talking about this. That they probably said, "This is weird, but this is us," and that didn't dawn on me until they replied to my message. But that seems to be the case. And now that I think about it, I like it because they're leaning into that weirdness. So
All
yeah,
right,
I didn't even add it,
continue.
Mr. President. They called it and they replied to it. So here it is, and that's a weird looking doctor for sure too.
Like Westerns.
It's-
She's a lot more normal than that kid is.
What if
course.
Westerns aren't hot when he grows up?
Nobody watches Westerns, dork.
Oh my god.
So do you see the back? So now we have a kid with a skin, has a witch as
Holy
a skin
shit.
head.
I think I'm gonna throw up from looking at that.
What is this? Look at this.
Let's continue.
Good thing we were born to like fantasy. It's the hit genre to binge.
Mr. Memo, tumble dweeb. Pop culture likes pirates now.
Now there's a pirate head. He called him a tumble dweeb. That's a good line.
But he's got that guy. That guy has a wizard hat head
It's
that
a
he's
wizard
just put
head,
pirate
yeah.
stuff on.
He has a skull that flops over. That's got to be really painful. You know? So I guess they're
They're
considered
like Star
bald.
Wars creatures.
It'd be weird if they had hair on these things too.
That's
They are
what
like
I
Star
was thinking about. That do they shave?
I don't know.
Always shifts.
It's
all about gangster films now.
But they've still got wizard heads.
Right, I know that nobody's making fun of them. It's not fair. Now he's sitting on a subway as like his first job. Of course, none of these other people have weird heads. How come only some children were born with the weird heads?
There's got to be something in the water, you know. We need
It's
to
that
get
fluoride.
RFK Jr. looking at where these kids are from.
Of course.
Vampires, baby.
It's those two guys. Those two guys have harassed that poor cowboy-hatted man for his entire life.
I know. It's like they fall. So they have their own hat, but they change what they are. So maybe that's part of the theme. They're born with a sci-fi head, and they just put on a new hat on top of that.
They conform. They're conformists.
They're conformist. And now we see it transitions to there's people walking around with cowboy hats on. So now his weird cowboy head skull skin is in the zeitgeist.
Hold on.
This is actually the GIF that they tweeted at me right here. Is this guy walking? JC says, you don't. That's why it ends up on Tubi. I must have missed some of that. I'm the first test Tubi baby, says JC. Yeah, so see how happy he is now?
I mean, look, though, he's still a freak. He's got a cowboy hat for a skull, and if those other people don't notice it, they're blind.
They're trying to be like him, it looks like. That's on TV. It's everywhere. Some billboards. Look at this. Now he walks into a bar, and those wizard skulls that have been making fun of him his whole life have cowboy hats on their wizard skull.
Yeah, Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Howdy. This ain't you, partner. Like what you like.
If it's in you, it's in here. See, Tubi, see you in there. Stoner says it's that East Palestine, Ohio water. Could very well be. That's, there it is. That's my winner of best ad for selfish purposes because they replied to me.
Well, that's something.
Isn't that? I would love to hear the ones that they said no to. There was probably boring ones. People were talking about this ad though, so.
Of course they were. They put genetic freaks on the screen. You're going to talk about that.
Well, Mr. President, I don't think that those are. I think that was a costume. I don't think those were real people with those conditions.
No, he's right. They were.
You think this is a real problem that RFK
Yes.
Jr. needs to handle?
He needs to look into it. I'm writing an executive order for that tomorrow.
Stoner to look into the cowboy hat. Stoner says the hat stays on during sex situations. Definitely one of those.
It's got to. He's got no choice. It's part of his skull.
Yeah, right. The water probably sits there. You could.
How
black
did
mold
he get
could
out?
be a problem.
That had to have been a C-section.
Yeah. You think so? You think that wasn't a natural birth? Maybe that was maybe a Pfizer vaccine shot birth.
Yeah, we're definitely getting RFK to look into those hat heads.
All right, so I loved y'all's reaction to that one. Here is the. All right, to me, this is the most. I would say deceitful or just BS.
Deceptive.
Ad. Deceptive. I don't know if it's that. It's just. It's the most false representation of reality award that this one gets here, and this one mentions me too, and it definitely misrepresents me. So let's see what you guys think.
That's creepy.
This is an ad for the NFL.
Actors, we have the power to convince the world we
Wait,
know.
that's the wrong one. That's not the right friggin' one.
I love that Walton Goggins.
That's actually a good ad.
He's a funny guy.
Okay.
Funny guy.
He is very funny. Oh my goodness.
I like that movie, Fat Man. He works with my boy Mel.
With Mel Gibson. Did you help consult on that movie?
What are you saying, that I'm fat or that
No,
I
that's
know
not what I
Santa
said.
Claus?
Didn't he-
There was government stuff going on in there, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got to find this ad here real quick. Here it is. Yeah, all right, here it is. Okay. So this is an ad for a new NFL, I guess, sport.
This is the one that mentions you?
Yep.
Jaworski, you're on thin ice, mister.
Hey, Principal P.
Stop kicking your principal. Everybody's on thin ice.
It's a bunch of football players with their Letterman jackets walking down.
What's this? A Dorkosaurus Rex?
Come on, Chad. I don't want any trouble.
Leave him alone. I'll kick your butt, Chad. Hey, Chad. Check out the new girl. Ew,
What is this, Middlebrook?
What's Middlebrook?
Justin does.
It's a great
concept. It was a concept for something. Justin and I, actually, Brad, we go way back.
You guys have worked together many, many years.
Yeah, he worked on The Apprentice with me.
I remember he's behind the scenes on that. This is a high school full of guys who are the jocks walking down the hallway, and now they're about to meet the new girl.
Girls don't play football.
They do where I'm from.
Get a load of this one. Think fast.
Take that back.
Get a load of this. Play football.
They do where I'm
Sorry.
I'll kick your butt, Chad. Hey, Chad. Check out the new girl. Ew, what is she wearing?
Girls don't play football.
They do where I'm from.
Get a load of this one. Think fast.
There's a bullet pass.
You
she
think
catches.
fast.
She hits the guy in the balls with
Right
it.
in the Jimmy Johnson.
This ain't over.
We just getting started.
That guy looks a little bit like the who's the guy that plays Batman? Not the most
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Chad. Let's go, let's go.
Now they're on the flag football field.
Come on. There you go.
Ooh, little girl bad.
Chad doesn't like it. She was getting
Enough.
driving.
Let's settle this once and for all. Your best guy,
Girl.
whatever, versus our best guy, the Brad.
Oh, the Brad.
Not the Brad.
The Brad's bad. He's a bad.
I'm Brad.
I can read.
They line up.
There you go. You got folded up, Brad. Get her. Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
She's going by everybody. They're all falling down. She's spinning and jumping. Leaves the pass behind, it says. And now we're going to go into a scene of women's flag football. Big crowd. Under the nightlights. Pushing. Let's make girls flag football varsity sport. Right? Isn't that something you guys have been? Is that an executive order you have coming, Mr. President?
That's something I've been waiting for since they did the AFC versus the NFC flag football game.
Well, those good-looking chicks.
I
Yeah,
don't
I wouldn't
understand.
care if
Justin,
that was
Justin, you probably know about this. Why was the AFC NFC All-Star game flag football?
They don't want them to get hurt.
Yeah, they did that a couple years ago, and I don't understand why because it's so terrible.
So,
Who is there? Is there an audience that's screaming for flag
Well, here's
football
the
right
thing.
now?
If it's in high school, it says high school, varsity sports. I don't think anybody would object to that, but why was the premise of the commercial her like beating all the boys? Why is that a premise to making girls flag football a sport? You can do that anyway without this premise of girls beating guys in sports, which kind of follows that trans agenda or some. I don't even know. They didn't even need that whole setup. And as a Brad, she never would have juked me. That bitch never would have juked me. Not in a
I was
million
going to
years.
ask.
Okay. And I would have felt bad about tackling her, so here's like, if you go back like 10 years ago and I'm in this situation, maybe I fall because I don't want to like tackle a chick. But right now I'm like, I got to tackle that bitch. You know, am I wrong, Mr. President?
I mean, there's an instinct to tackle, yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to get, stepped over. It's like Revenge of the Nerds. Which I have to say, Mr. President, Bill Gates was talking to Anderson Cooper the other day, and they had like about 5-minute back and forth where Bill Gates said about public education. He said, well, I think it's glad that everybody can get a public education. It's not like Revenge of the Nerds anymore. And then Anderson Cooper was like, oh, you know about Revenge of the Nerds. He's like, yeah, that's like my life story. And then they joked about, did you consult on it? He's like, no, I didn't consult on it, but he very much embraced that he was the nerds who won in Revenge of the Nerds. I know you have a lot of thoughts on that movie.
Oh, God. Here we go again. Here we go again, Mr. President.
The nerds are very unbelievable in that movie. They're very unbelievable. If that was Anderson Cooper's life, I mean, I'm not surprised by that. He's a real...
Bill Gates also.
Yeah, Bill Gates is a super dork,
Yeah.
Wait.
I bet Ridgway would have bullied Bill Gates in high school.
Yeah, I definitely rooted for the jocks in Revenge of the Nerds.
I rooted for the jocks in Revenge of the Nerds.
Well, didn't the nerds rape some girls in that? Which is be total Bill Gates type thing, allegedly.
Exactly.
JC, is this true? JC says in the chats, my relative accidentally threw a football into some stranger's car. Their family came out and challenged your family to a flag football in the parking lot, like they were battling streaking. Is that true?
That's impressively awesome, and I love the rights to that. Let's make a short film, JC. You can email Action Show Studios. Ask for Josh.
Absolutely, that's a great premise. Did you guys? Oh, it was your flag. Yeah, it was your flag football. Oh, that was your dream that you had in flag football. That's still a great. I don't
care.
premise.
That is a movie.
That's a movie. Fantastic. Okay.
Well, Ian, your friend Ian, we all love Ian. Everybody loves Ian. But he's more passionate about Revenge of the Nerds than anyone. I've watched y'all's content.
You're talking about Idiot Losers, where it was.
Yeah, there's a real documentary out there on what a raging lunatic is when it comes to Ian and Revenge of the Nerds.
Documentary.
Yeah.
Reenactment.
Documentary?
It's a reenactment.
Okay, yeah, that'd be the Idiot Losers thing. A Cobal says it seems ridiculous to assume that anyone has been asking for women's flag football to be a collegiate and 50-state sport. I'd rather see competitive pillow fights. Yeah, I think that was for high school. Was that high school or whatever?
Yeah, they said high school.
And yeah, it's just if there's interest in a sport, I think there's an activity that any group of students want to do, and there's enough interest, give them that activity.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know.
But you don't have to have them juking. It's like trying to turn the sexes against each other. It's continuing.
I just didn't think there needed to be a commercial.
No, I think what they're saying is we should be able to play football too.
Right, and the NFL is going to profit off of it. They want to be the ones who facilitate it, and they'll make a bunch of money off of it. Is what it's.
If women want to play flag football, let them eat cake. That's what I say.
Willis, says, JC, were you black in the dream? And he says, unfortunately, I was not. She was not. So let them eat cake. It is a
If
lot
they
of
want to
bread
play
and circus.
football, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's like they're moving it up to.
I'm saying let them do it. If they want to do it, let them do it. I'm agreeing with Brad.
All right, so this is
It'll probably bring in more money for the schools too, like the football program.
Yeah, you can start doing. You
How?
can start running Super Bowl ads between there. That's what they want to do. They want to put ads on everything.
The parent football group, whatever that thing is, where you pay.
The
Repay?
boosters.
Yeah, the booster clubs.
Did you say repay?
Where you pay.
Oh, where you pay. I think you said repay. Where's this? Okay, this next one.
You can.
This isn't
launder your money through it.
You're right. That's what they need. They want to. That's probably what they're doing. Actually, is looking for. They lost the USAID fund. I'm sure they're probably getting funded by it in some way. So they need to find another way to launder money. I don't know if this was the funniest ad, but
I don't know if you're talking about the flag football.
no,
one.
no, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the next one I'm going to show you. But this is the funniest one that I remember. I do remember like they
That
played
one was
like
pretty funny though.
it was funny if you can see it that way. You know what that's going to do? You're going to have some girl who sees that. She's going to be inspired. She's going to see a Brad in her locker, walking by her locker, and she's going to go Brad, and she's going to try to hit him in the balls with a football.
And she's going to get her ass whipped.
So you think this is going to cause some type of epidemic for women beating up Brads in high school?
Well, they're going to be challenged, and there's only so much that Brads can take, is all I'm saying.
Brad's going to have to whip her ass.
At some point. And then there's going to be these assault charges. It's all going to be because of the Super Bowl ad.
So should we do we need to make a national Brad emergency?
We need an executive order to protect the Brads.
All right, I'll work on it tomorrow.
I appreciate that, Mr. President. So this is they played like the funny, like three of the funnier ads on top. The Shane Gillis ad was funny, and Peyton Manning. But then mostly I didn't think they were funny. But then this one I thought was.
Walton Goggins.
We have the power to convince the world we know what we're doing, when in fact, we do not.
I can make you believe I'm a detective without ever stepping foot in an actual crime scene. These symbols probably symbolize something.
Nemmeno son guardare, con cambio manuale. Arrivederci!
Astronaut? Nope. Houston, I'm observing some debris coming from Uranus. On my hardest role yet, a small business owner. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. But GoDaddy Arrow does, using AI to build a logo, website, and social content. So I can start Walton Goggins goggle glasses. Because if your goggles ain't Goggins, they don't belong on your noggins. With GoDaddy Arrow, it's like you know what you're doing.
So I like that one mostly because I thought that was a great punchline at the end. It was.
That could have been you.
I mean, Walton Goggins might actually be starting a goggles company. I wouldn't put it past him.
It was a great line. And so
buy those goggles.
Don't you think that guy looks like Brad, Mr. President?
A little bit. Yeah, he's a little older than me. But yeah, no, I could definitely do a parody of him for sure. I like that actor. He's one of the few that I do continue to like.
Yeah, he's good.
I like everything he does. Have you seen Vice Principals? Very funny.
No, you kind of faded out there, Mr. President. GoDaddy still exists.
Have you seen Vice Principals?
Vice
very
Principals.
funny.
He was great in Fallout. He was good in Fallout.
Fallout, good quality television.
Can't unsee him as a tranny from Sons of Anarchy. Yeah.
A tranny.
Transgender. That might get us kicked off. Unless they've woke up. Which, by the way, again, not quite sure what Tom Brady was looking like. Because at first I thought he looked a little transgender. But then, what about
Bono?
He looked like Bono?
No, Bono looked like an old lady that looked like who's that hairy comedian?
Oh, the hairy comedian.
He was the genie. Robin Williams.
Yeah.
You know him as the hairy comedian?
Yeah, he's very hairy. He's a very hairy man.
I never heard him described that way before. My grandpa said Tom Brady looks feminine. Yeah, he looked very like he'd had some work done for sure. I guess he got divorced, and so Giselle.
My
got
daughter
hooked up
said
with
he
him.
looked scary.
Yeah, he did. He looked a little
Creepy.
He looked, yeah. What did you guys think of his commentary? Did you like it?
No, he sounds the cadence of the way he talks and like it just I don't know.
He
He's
sounds a
very
little autistic.
weird.
A little autistic.
Yeah, like the way he speaks and all, I don't know. It sounds unnatural.
He knows what he's talking about, but he doesn't have the.
He's
maybe
got
he'll get
really
it.
hairy arms. Just look at him.
Well,
He's
yeah,
a
Jason
hairy
wanted to know
man.
how you knew he was hairy, and you said
He's a
got
hairy
really-
man. Everybody
Yes.
knows he's hairy. From Mork and Mindy to the day that he died.
That's
God
what they used to
bless
say.
him.
Give me that hairy actor in here.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
have him
hairy
audition
actor.
across from Matt Damon, which Matt Damon was in a commercial. So, no, these commercials I haven't given any award. I just figured we could get y'all's reaction to. Speaking, is Matt Damon in this one? He might not be in this one. His buddy is though. Ben Affleck, which J-Lo used to be in these commercials, but I guess she got cut from it since the big breakup.
Well, it's
Who?
official. It's official. The Gulf of America is on Google Maps.
We heard of that. Congratulations, Mr. President. Congratulations. So you conquered it, or you conquered Google is what you've conquered the digital space.
Conquering a lot of things, you know. Canada's next.
Speaking of which, while you're doing all that, why don't you let me get a shot at conquering Melania?
No, Brad, come on. Let's be.
Whoa, whoa.
Come on, Mr. President. You're busy. All right, I'm sorry. That's inappropriate. I apologize, Mr. President. Here is the
Java Jet Battle of the Coffee Brand Bands.
This ain't the Dunkings. Where the hell are Matt and Tom?
Forget them suckers. Matt Damon and Tom Brady don't have the heart of a champion. We got a new squad, Dun Kings sequel. Affleck and Belichick. Dun Kings! A little more spirit on the...
So it's Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfund are in it, dude.
Hey, prisoners, what's going on here?
Do what?
Are all these people in prison?
I don't know. They all have these Dunkin' Donuts. It says Dun Kings on it, and it has Ben Affleck, has his brother Casey Affleck. Doesn't have Ben Affleck's buddy. Is that? Although that does look like behind. Is that Matt Damon? Is that a shadow of Matt Damon on the background there?
Maybe
Well,
a
that's the
cutout.
cutout
Looks
of
like a
him.
cutout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice that before. I do think it's funny that they have Belichick, who's 72, with his 24-year-old girlfriend in this commercial.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
Belichick's got a
Kings.
very beautiful woman.
Coming.
So you appreciate that, Mr. President, that he's got that younger woman.
What is this a Dune reference?
Might be.
All right. We got a fourth Dun King, too, coming. Oh, my God.
Hey, man.
So there's somebody growing out. This is a Dunkin' Donuts commercial, but somebody's growing out of something disgusting.
Is that coffee? What are you doing there?
Freaks.
I'm just trying to find the character.
We got to battle the barista buds.
I'm all in for Duncan.
You should have paid for Matt. I told you that.
Dun Kings, about to get roasted. Like a dark seasonal roast
Starbucks
with coriander and slight balsamic drizzle.
Sounds like what's in my garbage disposal.
See you, coach. How much to wait a half hour to get my name spelled wrong on the cup?
Nobody wants a goat milk double half calf soy milk cap. You could just brew it. It's beans and water.
Oh, damn.
So those are all supposed to be Starbucks. They're called barista buds. Why could they not accurately represent Starbucks and have them be a bunch of fat, purple-haired transgenders? That would be more accurate and funnier. Am I wrong?
Nope.
I've literally never seen somebody who looks like that work at
No.
Starbucks.
No. None of
The
those
white guys
would
that
be
work
served.
there are they like bearded musicians, stuff like that.
Are they saying that all baristas are white dudes?
Yeah.
This is a total misrepresentation of Starbucks.
Listen, Dunkin's for all of us. America runs on Dunkin'.
So that's fake news right there. About if I'm
I don't
Starbucks-
understand a moment of that commercial. I'm a Krispy
Nah.
Kreme man all the way.
You get your
Give
coffee with
me,
Krispy Kreme.
give me that sweet Bavarian Krispy Kreme cream any day of the week.
Yes, right. Wow, really?
Oh
Is
yeah,
that coffee or a donut?
the donut,
What about
Boston
coffee?
cream pie.
You know, I did a taste test on Thanksgiving one year because my brother and my sister were arguing about who had the better donut. And I said to them, they were talking about Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme. And I said to them, you guys wouldn't have a clue who, actually it was muffins they were arguing about. I said, you guys wouldn't have a clue where it came from if you didn't see the label on it. And they were adamant that they would. And so on Thanksgiving, I went and got a bunch of different muffins from different places and I did a taste test. And the best tasting muffin that they all ended up choosing, they got it wrong where they were all from, but they chose the Quick Trip muffin that I got. I should have turned that into an ad for Quick Trip.
Was it like the one that Quick Trip bakes, or like a?
It was out of their little glass case, you know, where
muffin?
people palm them and they put them back in.
You got a palm.
A palm muffin.
Yeah, the palm muffin and the palm dog.
Nice.
Stoner says no man buns. Yeah, if you're talking about Starbucks, there's some man buns you see that. If I put on a man bun and maybe some mascara, I could, play a barista at Starbucks. DB Cooper. Not sure if that's. You know who DB Cooper is? Ridgeway, Mr. President. You guys familiar with him?
No.
DB Cooper. Didn't he rob a plane and escape, and he's never been found? Is my memory correct on that? He hijacked a plane.
The movie that what's his name was in, Run Daddy Run or whatever it was.
I'm not sure. I remember that.
That little guy.
So you're saying why?
The little guy from the Titanic who drowned in the ice water.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, Run
Catch
Daddy
Me
Run.
If You Can. Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio. All right, so a couple more, then we'll get out of here. And I don't know what these are.
That little tiny guy. Leonardo DiCaprio is only 3'9".
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a tiny, tiny man.
He pulls a lot of pee, though. He's kind of like Belichick with those women.
Yeah, he does a lot of pee.
What do you mean by that, Justin?
He's snorting it.
He's snorting
it right up his nose.
Right. Really? Is that what you are you talking about? What we think you're talking about? All right. Well, I guess we'll move on. I don't want to get you in trouble. But do you have thoughts, Mr. President, on Bill Belichick's relationship? I don't even know if this is true, but
you mean his relationship with that woman?
Yeah. So he's 72. She's 24. What's that? It's almost 50 years. Whatever. They seem happy. Maybe they'll have a family.
Yeah, I'm sure she's in it because she loves him.
You think they met at a bar or something?
Oh no, I doubt that.
Where do you think they met?
Maybe a dating apparatus.
Dating app, maybe Tinder.
Maybe she needed to meet. Maybe she needed him to rent a car for her.
Maybe she was his Uber Eats driver. And she handed off the food, and sparks flew. Stoner says, talking about that guy from earlier, DB Cooper, that he hijacked a plane and got a random parachute out of the plane, and he's never been found since. Yeah, and there's a lot of theories. Some people think that was Ted Cruz, actually. Is that right? Am I misremembering who the people think are Ted Cruz? Oh, I haven't shown the SEAL commercial.
You're
yet.
talking about?
Yeah. Here, let me find that SEAL commercial.
Fat Wolverine Ted Cruz?
Ted Cruz, the senator?
Yeah.
Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, a lot of these politicians started off as actors, kind of like you did, Mr. President. And
I started out in real estate. Acting found me. I only played myself in things.
What's your favorite role? Ted Cruz, the Zodiac Killer. Yeah, that's right.
I really like playing myself in Home Alone 2. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Macaulay Culkin, did you have a good experience with him?
He was a nice young man. Very nice young man. It's a tragedy that his career didn't really go anywhere.
I think he's doing okay, though.
What's he doing now? He's doing some weird commercials reminiscing Home Alone.
That's true.
You know, that's all he's doing. He just does callbacks to Home Alone. It's very sad. You know,
He's got a good-looking wife.
His typecast. He's got
Does
a good
he?
wife. Yeah.
Does he? Good for him.
She's not
Good for
48 years younger than him.
a
but
little
he's not
scrawny
48.
guy. You know.
So his brother, do you think his brother, who was also in Home Alone?
Oh, his brother really
Who's in
grinds
Succession.
my gears. Yeah, he really drove me crazy.
He
in
played
that
the
show.
Republican, though, the right-wing character in Succession.
Yeah, but like, come on.
You didn't
Come
like
on, he was very annoying.
All right, here's the Seal commercial, which I actually haven't
He
seen.
was a
yet.
big baby.
Yeah, let's see what this one is.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
I'm not a big fan of the Baja Blast. Wow.
Okay.
So she flew from her house to perfectly onto a speedboat with that. I don't know if that's Jason Momoa and a green. I don't know why that person's wearing a green warm.
It's Jason Momoa, is it?
I mean, it looks like a Jason Momoa like person, but I don't think it's Jason Momoa. Well, with this cast of characters here in this speedboat, you have this guy wearing this. What is that? How would you even describe that jacket?
It looks like it'd be really hot.
Very hot.
That, you know.
And then you have what looks to be his maid behind him with that bandana on. And then a fat white guy in the back. This is a very interesting group.
Refreshing.
It's kissed by the perfect amount of tropical lime.
Yeah, it's White Momoa.
Approach a bunch of seals.
Oh my God, that's another horrifying abomination.
Get the fucking what the fuck, dude? What is with this shit, dude? What
See,
is
this
with
is it.
Oh
You know what it
my
is?
God.
You know what it is, Ridgeway? You know what it is? It's predictive programming. What they're doing is they're starting to do some crossbreeding, genetic weird shit on islands like that seal one right there, where they're making human seals.
That was very
releasing
shocking.
so that you're used to it when you see it in the zoo one day.
This is sick as shit, dude. This is fucking sick, dude. This is what's wrong with this country right now. This right here.
For those listening, what happened is it as that song was playing, the speedboat was approaching an island, and there's a bunch of seals, and it's and then it zoomed right in to the top of the little island of seals, and the top seal was a seal with seal's head. So seal was a seal, and let's watch.
I hate that.
Let's watch.
I hate this shit.
Rolling up on that thing.
Let's see it again.
I'd kill it. No. I can't fucking deal with this shit anymore.
You'd kill it?
Yeah, I'd kill it.
They're trying to make all the ads as weird as possible so people talk about it. No, it's good.
I hate this shit.
Correct.
Look at
Right,
this.
He's right. And he's absolutely right. So it's the shock
That's an
factor.
abomination of mankind right there. And you know what? That's on an island somewhere. I'm telling you, it's real.
So this is real. So they took seal's DNA, or they had seal. Maybe seal had sex with a seal, or do you think it was just some sort of?
It's just DNA. Don't be a pervert,
It
Brad.
shouldn't be. Seal's got a hot wife, Heidi Klum, right? They're still together.
I don't know.
Marlon Brando is wrapped up in this. I know for
He looks
certain.
kind of like Marlon Brando
So
right there.
Nate's pointing out what we haven't yet, that Seal is a phenomenal singer. This is probably actually him singing.
Yeah, well, nobody's disagreeing that he's a phenomenal singer, Nate. Nobody's disagreeing that at all.
What if-
that
what
thing right there is an abomination to
What if
mankind.
what if instead of the halftime show
Yeah.
we got, they brought out a big rock of seals and Seal was the halftime show? Would you have enjoyed that, Mr. President? They're divorced.
Enjoyed
Nate
it,
said.
but I mean, I would have been very grossed out.
Let's see where
Yeah.
it goes from here.
God, I hate this shit, dude.
And the choreography with all these seals.
This is
My flippers can hold Mountain Dew. It slips right on through watershed.
That's sad. That's sad.
me so much as he can tell you, so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my fame.
Blast, those two killer
Well,
whales.
this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
All right, so is that
All
the
right,
weirdest
so
thing, or is that
that
weirder
song-
than the skin cowboy
That
hat?
song came out sometime around like 98, 99. Isn't that is it outside of parody time at this point?
This is retard content, is what this is.
Why
right
is
here.
this
Well, look,
parody
Nate
being
says it's
made
1,000
now?
times better than the halftime show it got. Forrest Mommy says he sounds terrible. Maybe a seal's body has affected his way to pull air from his lungs.
I mean, they took a really beautiful song with a very beautiful meaning, and they turned it into this.
Yeah, they ruined it. This new generation ruins everything.
It was on the
Right,
Batman
right.
soundtrack, says Soner. Song.
Yeah, Batman.
Yeah.
Batman Forever, the one with
Yep.
Val Kilmer.
I had the tape of that when I was a
Right.
kid.
Do you think so? That was actual seal with a human body singing?
Yeah.
Some type of genetic abomination.
Was this weirder than?
Have you seen? When's the last time
Tubi
you've
thing.
actually seen Seal in person?
Well, I was at the Georgia Aquarium.
So you
2
think
weeks
this is
ago.
a Tusk situation?
A tusk?
Yeah, they're trying to get us used to these celebrities becoming animals because we think animals are cute.
Wait, was that Hitler?
Let's
A
see.
blast of tropical lime. Good looking seal.
None of this makes sense.
Mountain Dew is using
So there's another voice over there.
So there you
Yeah.
go.
Mountain Dew is using what?
Yeah, it was AI. That was actually an AI. It really pisses me off when I see these all AI accounts that have like 10,000 YouTube subscribers. What do you think? Would you rather hang out with Seal, the seal, or the cowboy?
Oh, why do
cowboy
we
hat
have to
still?
choose
You
between?
gotta- which one would you put in your cabinet?
I've got to put one of these in my cabinet.
You have to put. one
Don't
of
do
them
it,
in-
Mr. President.
You have to. Head of.
Shoot both of them.
No, you can't do that.
Kill them both.
It's something from the X Files. Yeah, it is kind of X Files. And I didn't want to believe. I don't want to believe. Yeah. It's
I'm
not-
just
yeah, Mulder
wondering
never
what
wanted this.
government hole that thing escaped from.
Which hole? Whose hole?
Which government hole?
Yeah. Just do you have a specific? I mean, you have the files, right?
We're still going through the CIA. You know.
Mr. President, you didn't choose. Are you
Right,
denouncing
right.
one of these?
I would denounce. I don't want to personally work with either one of those things.
But you got to pick one, and you see, there's.
I guess
people-
then the singing seal with Seal's face.
So you're choosing the singing seal.
Yeah, that thing's a lot more entertaining than that freak with the hat skull.
Wow.
I can
Yeah.
look at that like I have a harder time looking at the guy with the hat skull and his two witch head bullies that I do the seal.
And yet you look at Adam Schiff on a regular basis.
Oh yeah, Adam Schiff, oh shifty shift. You know, he looks just like the guy from 24.
All right, now can you tell me what company was that ad with Seal for?
Mountain Dew,
You got it. What about the ad with the hat, the cowboy hat?
Tubi.
You got it. Good memory. Good job. I tried to
What,
catch
are
you.
you
Mr.
are you
President.
trying to check my
I'm
cognitive?
checking your yeah, I'm checking your cognitive decline, and you've passed. I don't think Joe. 1994, Kiss from a Rose.
And
Yeah.
we talked about Ridgeway's experience in Barnesville earlier. We're right on
No, you got a
point.
great memory. Hitler AI. There's a lot of Hitler AI going around for sure. Kanye really tested.
Yeah,
the limits
Kanye
of,
really pushing those Hitler vibes.
Did you see any of that, Mr. President? Do you have thoughts?
Is
on
he
what
off
Kanye-
of X now? I tried to look him up later and I couldn't find
Look, so
him.
Kanye, I don't know if he suspended his X account. He might have like just taken it.
I gotta
off.
talk to Elon and get the dirt, you know.
So Kanye does this. People say he's off his meds. I don't buy that narrative. What Kanye
You don't
does,
think that Kanye's bipolar?
I don't know what Kanye is. I know that Kanye is. He does a little different strategy than you, but he's fantastic at advertising his albums. And every time he's got an album upcoming, and it's going to be a few months before his next one comes out, which I guarantee you we won't hear much about Kanye for a few months until right before his next album comes out, and it will sell. It'll be top. It'll be a top seller because every time he's got one coming out, he does stuff like this, where it's like, wow, there's a bunch of Hitler weird porn stuff going on, and a lot of it was very funny also. It talked a lot about the Jews. It was crazy, but he also people were talking about his album, and the dude, he knows how to get attention, obviously. And he does this stuff to sell products and to make money when he's about to release new shit. And he'll do something similar in a couple of months. I guarantee it. He did it the last time. And it's interesting. The last album he made was like about God. So it was I don't know. I don't buy the narrative that he's off his meds. I just think that he's like,
I think he's a special little boy.
I think he doesn't. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'll do whatever. He's a take it there guy. I said this the other day when he showed up with his wife butt naked, in a butt naked dress. I was like, if you criticize her for wearing that dress, which Elon said, not Elon, which Yee said that they had tailored 6 times. Take your jacket off, show yourself naked. Then they got in the car and left. They were there for 5 minutes. And it's the only thing people are going to remember about that because he knows how to get attention. If everybody else makes fun of that, then they have to criticize all of the other women who basically they show nips and show side boobs. Basically, women are naked at these things all the time. He's like, all right, I'll take it there. So he is a take it there guy to see what people will do. And I think that's what this was.
Would you wear that dress in public, Brad?
I wouldn't, but I'm not, I'm not Yee. I don't have that FU money like he does. You can do a lot with FU money. You should know that.
Oh, yeah.
I like that Gold Dagger with the Jamie Foxx song. Maybe it was the way it would open eyes to the Jay degeneracy. I mean, he's definitely. I'm not a fan of rap outside of Tech Nine, and I love MC Hammer, dude. I would love an MC Hammer Super Bowl halftime. But watching.
Oh yeah, MC Hammer. He's a bad dude, man.
Yeah, I like the nips and the side boobs. I do also. I'm a fan of the nips.
You know who's MC Hammer's best friend was?
Who?
None other than FSU Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders, a favorite of yours.
Prime time, Coach.
Are you
Prime.
friends with Prime? When am I going to see some prime time in the White House?
I really should have put Oh, speaking, talking about that, all the criticism about Elon when they act like every person who works in the government is elected.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It is kind of funny how they
the Secretary of State is not an elected official,
and that the people didn't choose Kamala Harris. They bank on what you mentioned earlier, Mr. President. I don't remember how you phrased it, but the flood of information causes people to forget. And enables this contradictory
the media rollover.
Absolutely. Is Harry Pasternak his trainer, Steve? I think his trainer, Harry Pasternak, put him back on meds like he threatened he would a couple years ago when Yee exposed him. Yeah, Yee's just, there's a lot of things I would do with FU money. I probably wouldn't do that stuff, but I would definitely, it gives you the power. For Ridgeway, is there somebody behind you right now? What am I seeing? No, maybe I'm not seeing something. All right, a couple more, and then we'll get out of here, guys. This is just somebody put together a compilation, and it starts off with the Bud Light ad. That what's the comic's name again? This guy's funny.
Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis is in.
Fishing tomorrow? I got a colonoscopy.
Start that over.
You gonna go fishing tomorrow? I got a colonoscopy tomorrow.
Sitting in a driveway.
Fellas, I accidentally threw a lane party.
Okay, Ted.
They're on their way.
Launch. Beers are a metaphor for an invitation.
Is that our leaf blower?
Party!
Fire beers off. There's Peyton Manning.
Bill, get off the boat. The HOA is already breathing down my neck.
Look, that was actually a shorter version of that. What did you guys see that commercial? What were your thoughts on that?
I was at the game. I didn't see any of them.
I didn't see that one. I saw some behind the scenes from that.
What does that mean?
Just some like shots, I think, maybe from
Behind the
Shane's.
scenes is when they show how they're making it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Would you guys?
Thanks, Mr. President.
Would you guys buy Bud Light because it's got Peyton Manning is very fun. The longer commercial of that. Wow, I like Shane Gillis. I thought Peyton Manning's brief part was the funniest. Personally, he's very good in commercials. But is this the type of commercial that would get you to buy Bud Light?
Well, I mean,
No.
I think the media rollover, people have forgotten about Bud Light,
I don't know
it's
that they
back to
have.
being Bud Light.
I don't know. Bud Light trying to repair its image. I mean, they did put that weird trans guy on their can that Kid Rock famously shot up. So I mean, I don't drink Bud Light anyway, but they are trying. Bring back Spuds McKenzie, says Stoner. Absolutely.
Oh yes, that's Spuds. He was a real spokesperson.
Yeah, there was a photo of you shaking Shane McGillis's hand at the Super Bowl. Do you remember that?
I remember what happens to me, Brad.
Everything. You got photogenic.
I've got a photogenic memory.
Yeah, photogenic memory. All right, I actually didn't see this commercial with Matthew McConaughey.
I like
From the
that
very
McConaughey.
beginning, football's been a conspiracy. Look, from the very beginning, football's been a conspiracy to make us hungry. Now, let me tell you where it all started.
And we'll call this a pigskin. Make people crave bacon.
And everybody loves bacon.
I love bacon.
Bacon.
Ever ask yourself how Buffalo got a team?
These wings deserve a team.
Yeah. I figured out a good team name for Buffalo, Bill. Buffalo. Buffalo.
They'd do anything to sell food.
Do I have to be called refrigerator?
Yes. Even Peyton was in on it.
Omaha! Steak. Omaha!
And they're still at it. This year, we got a halftime show presented by an apple.
In a stadium named after a salad.
Matthew.
Yeah. Hey.
Sorry. You want me to make a movie about a football conspiracy?
Come on, Greta. Bacon's in.
Everybody loves bacon.
No one believes that football was invented to sell
Food! When football makes you hungry, order Uber Eats.
What were your thoughts on? We'll start with you, Justin, on that commercial.
No, it's terrible.
What was it? Too much star power? See, last year they backed off on the star power in the commercials. They brought all that back this year. What was it that you didn't like?
No, it's just like the heavy-handedness now with the trying to be too corny. Just
a lot of too many jump cuts.
Yeah, too much.
Too much Martha Stewart.
I mean, I love Matthew McConaughey, but he's just trying too hard with this, this comedy shtick on this Uber Eats thing here.
So you did remember that. So that's the important part, is that you remembered what the ad was. They want to create that awareness, that memorability of it. Mr. President, what did you think?
I might order some McDonald's.
Uber Eats? Can you Uber Eat to the White House, or are they going to get shot pulling up to the gate?
They're not going to get shot pulling up to the gate.
They might. How are they going to get in?
They're going to buzz it and say who they are. They're going to go through a brief 45-minute security sweep. They're going to get in. I'm going to shake
Food's
their
going to
hand.
be cold by that.
They're going to leave it on the doorstep,
Yeah.
Take a picture.
So there was a commercial that Stoner just reminded me of that we can show.
I mean, it's a great way to meet me, too, is by being an Uber Eats driver.
Yeah. What kind of tip do you leave as an Uber Eats driver?
I leave the third one over, whatever it is.
What's that? So that's like 21%?
22.
Yeah. See, but you're not going to give people that to spend all that time.
They get to shake my hand and take a picture, Brad.
Hold on. Well, some people just want to get.
They're basically getting paid to bring me my food.
Do you have a secret tunnel for McDonald's?
That would make a lot of sense.
Okay, I'm trying to.
I can't give away all of our fast food security protocols, but
who was? There's a Kate. Not Kate Upton. What's the girl who has the big boobs that everybody talks about? Blonde. It's not Kate.
Pamela Anderson?
No, the younger girl that she hosts Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney is
that's nowhere near Kate.
Kate, I would have to say Kate Upton. I like Kate Upton better. Sydney Sweeney, she's a hottie also. She's also a hottie.
Sidney Crawford.
Sidney Crawford.
Sidney Crawford was hot.
Back in the day, she was hot. Sydney Sweeney, it was like some fast food commercial or something. Hold on, if I can't find it a second, then I'll screw it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Well, watch. God, I hate it when they have the stupid commentary from, even that's what we're doing. The whole. No, that's not it at all. All right, let's see this one. I need ABC News. All right, we might just have to skip this one, but it was a throwback that you might appreciate, Mr. President. Here it is, a little throwback commercial with Meg Ryan in there.
I can't believe they let us back in this place. What? No good?
No.
Oh.
A lot of mayonnaise.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, boy.
So good. Oh, it's so.
This one's real.
Oh.
Add that as a sandwich.
I'll have what she's having.
Sydney Sweeney there. So, what was that an ad for, guys?
Sex.
I have no idea.
It was for a mayonnaise. They didn't even say it. They just showed the mayonnaise company at the end of it. But it was that scene from When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah.
So brought back. I don't know.
Yeah, you remember the movie You've Got Mail?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Remember the porno You Got
That was
Mail?
the scene. That was the scene from it.
Yeah. MAIL as opposed to the MALE, which is a different brand of movie, Mr. President. How Harry Met Sally.
Which also is a different brand of movie.
How probably didn't meet. Was Tom Hanks in that movie? He was, wasn't he? You know, every time Tom Hanks in a movie now, or an old movie, I just don't want to watch it anymore because along with the other allegations about Tom Hanks, I just didn't like how he kind of led the way and shut
What
people
other
up during the
allegations?
vaccine.
What did he do?
I'm not going to, I don't, there's allegations of him just doing some stuff, him compromising stuff.
He put a hamster up his butt?
He put a hamster up his butt, some are saying. Yeah. With it had a face of seal, a hamster with Seal's head on it. Right up his butt, dude. Bachelor Party's a good movie. There's no doubt it's a good movie. But it's all I think about now when I see these movies. Is the Diddy parties and all the weird shit. All right, we'll do
So you think Tom Hanks is a one of those
I don't trust Tom Hanks because of how adamant
prison
he was
ankle bracelets
to shut people up during the pandemic and to just get people to take the shot without looking into it. I didn't like that at all. That's even if the other stuff there's no truth to it. That to me is enough to not like him. All right.
Fair enough.
Are you still a fan of him, Mr. President?
I mean, I don't know. I separate art from the artist,
Really?
I still watch Heat. Great Robert De Niro movie. Terrible human being.
He hates you. Robert De Niro hates you, and you still watch his movies. He moved to Greece, Hanks did, yeah.
Oh, good for him. Good for him. I'm glad he's one of the ones that followed through.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So that commercial with Matthew McConaughey, I would have liked to have seen it like the Lincoln car commercials where he's driving and just talking all that weird shit. You guys remember those?
Yep.
Yeah, I would have liked to see it be more like that. I'd like to see him be the Uber Eats driver.
Come here to me and get your Squarespace. 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 Squarespace.
Go in newspapers, your laptops.
Squarespace.
That would break those computers.
Seems like it's wasting a lot of money, Mr. President. Get Doge
Yeah,
on this.
yeah. I mean, I don't like it already.
Squarespace.
Squarespace.
Oh, Squarespace. Oh, websites. Oh, sure it is.
Website makes it real. Squarespace. Thoughts? Start with you, Justin. What did you think about
That one, I literally didn't even know what I was watching until the very end.
Very end.
Yeah. So bad. terrible.
It reminded me of a Ricola commercial.
Ricola. What is Ricola? Ricola, those?
Oh yeah, with the cough drops. Ricola.
Is that what Ricola is?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I wonder, do you think, Mr. President, having been in commercials, I know they have no problem blowing a bunch of money. Do you think they were just throwing regular laptops and breaking them?
I mean, I doubt it.
You think they're fake?
I would hope so. Otherwise, they're throwing. Let's say that's an estimate of $2,500 a laptop.
It's each. It's a good estimate.
They probably threw 10 laptops.
Threw like 10. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Hey, can you do the math there?
$250,000 worth of laptops.
That's exactly, yes, $250,000. All right, 2 more. Did we just watch that one? No, we just play that one. It's retarded. Oh my God, that's disgusting. Gross. Okay, so that one.
Yeah, you would love that one.
Had a guy with putting whipped cream on his mustache. Mr. President, thoughts?
Well,
it's like a 15
it didn't make
second
me
spot.
think of cold foam.
Yeah, it didn't make you think of that.
Yeah.
Made me think of milk, to be honest with you.
Right. Yeah. I doubt people would remember that, but I guess you got to do what you
Which,
can.
Michael Bay got to start doing the Got Milk campaign. He came up with it.
You are a big Michael Bay fan.
Yeah, well, we're good friends, me and Michael.
All right, this is the last one we'll do, and we'll let you guys get out of here.
These are our people.
Our salty brethren.
You ain't give me exact change.
He's salty, but I'm the saltiest.
Oh, saltier than me? When I smile, people assume it's a glitch.
Please, I'm the human version of Monday.
Why is Rich so good? So annoying.
Buttery, salty show-offs.
I love them. Read the sign, Bunny.
You're gonna get us kicked out.
So?
That's better.
Loved by everyone, even the saltiest.
So that's a Ritz salty commercials, a salty cracker commercial, and the actress
Was that Zod in that?
that was Zod, and that was, what is that actress's name? Ridgway, do you remember her name?
Aubrey Plaza.
Okay, so the problem with that commercial,
Love that Aubrey Plaza.
right? Her husband just killed himself like
Oh, Jesus.
a month ago.
Why? Because she's so depressed?
I have no idea, but obviously they bought the spot. But this again touches on, I guess they already paid the money and they put it in there. I doubt they filmed this commercial after that because this just happened. And maybe everybody doesn't remember that, but kind of like that commercial we were talking about earlier with the Meta sunglasses. It's just like a lot of people are going to see that and all they're going to think about is that tragic thing that happened. And it might have a negative association with the brand, but they already paid the spot. So maybe they're banking on not enough people remembering. That's my reaction to it.
Well, I mean, she's not supposed to have any of her stuff come out?
That's
because
not
her
what I'm
husband
saying.
killed
I'm just
himself?
saying as a product, as a brand, they probably had that conversation of, shit, we filmed this, we got the Super Bowl, I paid this money for it. But so Edward Bernays talks about propaganda all the time, and in his Freudian psychology in creating propaganda, and the same thing applies to advertising, is the associations that what you show creates in people's minds. Because you want to create these associations that are, you bake them in at an unconscious level, ultimately, is their goal. And for me, and maybe this is just because I follow the news so closely with what I do, but the immediate association with that was, oh my God, there's that poor girl whose husband just killed himself. And now when I see Ritz crackers, I'm going to think about that ad that I don't know if it'll affect, I don't buy them anyway, but just based on that theory of propaganda and advertising, that's the way it impacts me.
I mean, I'm still going to buy Ritz crackers.
You buy them anyway. It wouldn't matter. It always comes to
that's terrible about her husband, but
it is terrible.
I'm still going to watch a TV show with her in it.
I think she's funny. I got to do one more because that was bad. I didn't like that negative association.
Well, I'm wondering why you haven't shown my Michael Bay commercial yet.
I don't know where it is.
You just look it up like you did everything else.
What's it called?
Hold on, I'll look it up myself.
You don't even know what it's called. You're trying to get me to play it, Mr. Danica. Is Danica Patrick, was she in a commercial? Stoner? Here, I'll just type in Trump Michael Bay commercial. So they were talking about how Elon was going to do all these Doge ads, but
It's called Michael Bay Secret Service Super Bowl ad.
Michael Bay. Okay, there it is. Yeah, we got it. All right, here we go. We'll end on this one for you, Mr. President.
It'll bring tears to your eyes.
I don't know that it will, but we'll see.
America was
4 minutes
founded
long.
on an idea of freedom.
Jesus.
America's always stepped forward in time of need throughout our short but powerful history.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Tear down this wall.
Showed the moon landing. A lot of people don't believe in that, Mr. President.
I mean, what do you? I didn't produce it.
We've been there for all of it.
Secret Service. Oh, so that was.
Wait, that's not the whole ad.
Well, they did all this weird stuff. Are you sure it's not the whole ad?
I'm positive.
Here, this is it.
No, that's not it either.
Let's see. Let's see if I can find it again. How? So was it got to be like a 2-minute spot? Super Bowl ad. I can't. Maybe they're trying. Michael Bay, Chevy car commercial. That's 15 years ago.
Here, hold on. I'll just send it to you.
I don't know if we're gonna find it, Mr. President. Why can't they just play the ad somewhere? Just put the ad somewhere.
There it is.
Yeah, this is it. Here you go.
America was founded on an idea of freedom. America's always stepped forward in time of need throughout our short but powerful history.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Tear down this wall.
We've been there for all of it.
The second plane hit the tower.
It's the Secret Service.
Our heroes are humble. They have an inner pride to keep this idea alive. Protectors are born, they're not made. America's Secret Service protecting this Super Bowl is asking a few more to step forward.
Step forward. So I have to say, what's that? The black guy who's been on SNL, Ridgeway, for like 20 years.
Keenan.
Keenan. So this looks like it looks like Keenan, the Secret Service agent on Ozempic, right here. That's what this looks like to me. Interesting, Mr. President. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Is that because you're worried about the Secret Service that was in place?
Oh, we're worried about everything that's in place, Brad.
Obviously. So
I'm thinking about applying.
Oh, hey, you're a little too old, but we'll take you, Ridgeway.
whoa, come on. There's people who are in the Secret Service who are.
Yeah, but they started at that age, Brad.
They started at age.
I don't think you guys could join the military.
If we went to Ukraine, we could join immediately.
Yeah, well, you're talking about a lawless land over there.
Yeah.
I think I can still join.
We can join whatever we want, but
I mean, I bet you can't.
You're not going to convince us to join because we're not.
I bet you can't.
Yeah, we're not going. You're right. We're not going to. We're not warmongering.
I bet you can't, Ridgeway. I guarantee you can't join
I don't
the
think
Secret
Ridgeway wants to
Service.
join either, Mr. President. Stop trying to push us into war.
I'm sure, Ridgeway, if you really put your mind to it, you still couldn't do it.
You're going to take us into World War III? Hey, stop
but who knows? Who knows? I've said crazier things.
Final thoughts on Ridgeway, on what you witnessed with the commercials and just in general, what you've heard from the president, and just anything you want to speak on.
Yeah, general overview of the commercials. I thought they were all terrible.
You didn't like any of them?
No. And it made me want to punch a wall.
What about the Secret Service one?
That Secret Service commercial, now that was some high quality, grade A production.
Grade A Bayham. That's what he calls it, Bayham.
and made me really put a fire under me. Made me want to join. So,
Well, Ridgeway, maybe we'll fast track you. I'll fast track you. I'd like to have you around. You could get my fast food for me.
Don't do it.
Might not be too bad.
We'd be hanging out all the time, playing PlayStation.
Propaganda, Ridgeway. He doesn't play PlayStation. The network's been down.
It's back up. It was only down for 17 hours, Brad.
What's your PlayStation screen name, Mr. President?
Oh, we'll get one out there. We'll get one out there soon enough.
Final thoughts, Mr. President?
I agree with Ridgeway. It was all garbage except for the Super Bowl mayhem.
Of course.
The Secret Service mayhem was amazing.
Yes.
There was nothing that was as high quality production as the one that I paid $2 million for.
Right.
And he usually works with like $300 million or whatever. He did it for two. Did it for me.
Yeah, Doge on the set, cutting all the inefficiency.
And though I do like that Matthew McConaughey. I really like that commercial where he's sitting in the rain. That's a funny commercial.
Yeah, of course.
And then that Woody Harrelson's in that commercial with him too. But a lot.
Woody. Who's Woody? His dad. Some people think his dad killed JFK.
What about JFK?
Some people think Woody Harrelson's dad killed JFK.
Really?
Yeah, you know that? His dad's in prison. He's been in prison for a long time. He was associated with the intel agencies, and he actually said that he killed JFK at one point.
Wow.
You need to declassify those files if you didn't know that, Mr. President.
I mean, they're coming, Brad. They're coming. When we don't know, but GTA 6 might come out first.
I hope so. We have a final comment from Stoner here. It says, glory hole lips, POTUS. I think that's talking about you.
Oh, wow. I do have a nice set of lips, though. I'll tell you that. I got a nice, big, full set of lips.
All right, guys.
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, very beautiful. Thanks for all the great chats and the comments, and thanks for hanging out, Justin and Mr. President.
Thank you.
Is there anywhere you would like to direct people, Justin?
Go to my YouTube channel, Justin Ridgeway. Just Justin Ridgeway. There's no .com.
Yeah, you'll have some music videos, and you're very handsome dog. You'll see a lot of videos on that as well. Mr. President, would you like to do another action show, Studios Direct?
Yeah, or whitehouse.org, either one.
Whitehouse.org, okay. All right, well, thank you guys again, propagandafight.com, at Freedom Act Radio on X. Follow me there. It's the best way to get in contact with me is the DMs there. And again, thanks for hanging out in the chats, guys. We will talk to you next time. Have a fantastic
Talk to you next time.
Of your day. Yeah. You want to do the outro, Mr. President? How do we usually do it?
I don't remember how you guys do it.
All right. We'll see you.